We were beginning not where we left off, but
Hmm.
before. Mac, you opted out of the Were-Rat um, camp, for lack of a better word, a little early. And as you're walking down unfamiliar streets in the direction of the place you intend to go, the unrecognized begins to become unrecognizable. Streets that were a mystery to you in where they led begin to become a mystery to you in their geometry. You're looking sideways at crooked alleyways, and you're looking at houses that are slanted and stilted and unreal. And what do you do as your mind is grappling with the world around you?
You see, like my eyes sort of flicker, um, and do a little percussive maintenance and just go, uh, trying to sort of reset the wires in my head. Um, I am also going to, I'm also going to make an investigation check
Absolutely.
or an
I would
arcana
rather you
check
make an
to. I want to see if what I'm perceiving is an illusion or not.
I would rather, yeah, make an intelligence saving throw for that.
Okay. That is a 18.
Okay, understood. Um, I shouldn't say that out loud. Uh, as you knock yourself on the head, focus your mind, the streets only become more bent, more twisted, more contorted. And as they do, you see the streets behind you, with like from your periphery, beginning to bend up, pushing you forward.
Oh, I've seen this in Doctor Strange.
I believe you.
It's so it almost appears like the street is like almost like bending and like almost like chasing me, kind of.
Yeah, like it's curling in potato chip style, and
Great, great. I'm definitely gonna cast Mage Armor. Um,
nice.
and I'm going to run down uh whatever crooked path that I can see that's in front of me, away from whatever tsunami wave that is the streets that I'm perceiving.
Okay, wicked. I believe you cast Mage Armor during the last episode, so I'm not going to ask you to expend the spell slot again.
Yeah.
Uh, you tend to pop that pretty
Yep.
proactively in rough
Yep.
situations. Uh,
Especially here.
yeah, as you begin to run, you can feel the streets kind of the momentum is pushing you forward and pushing you forward until you feel like liquid under your shoes. The streets start to become sort of mushy, and
Mm.
as the streets are dragging you down, you begin to sink further and further until your eyes snap clear and you are in a familiar alley.
Freaking
Again,
mushrooms.
you are
Um,
in the alley
I'm gonna,
next
I'm gonna quickly.
to
I'm. Go ahead.
next to the foaming mug,
Mm.
and you can see eyes moving toward you in your periphery.
I'm going to ready Witch Bolt.
Okay. As you do, you realize very suddenly that something you saw not a day ago was not a real occurrence, nor was it a hallucination. As deja vu dawns, you realize it was a prophecy. I would like
Mm.
you to roll a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice, against a grapple.
Well, we're gonna go with a solid 6.
Ooh, that's not gonna do it. You can feel a strong presence pick you up and like by the like single leg take down you fully.
Mm-hmm.
And as you are dropped roughly to the ground, it rapidly covers your mouth with a hand, and you can see a Swiftneblin in a guard's uniform.
What happens to
Uh,
my Witch Bolt?
you pop it. Go ahead.
Pop it.
Yep.
Okay.
It's a ranged spell in melee, so I'll have you take disadvantage on the attack.
Great. I was just about to ask that.
Yep.
Shoot, dang. Nothing like rolling a nat 20 and then a 5. So that's an 11 to hit.
An 11 is not gonna make it. As what does the witch bolt look like as it coalesces in your hands?
So the Witch Bolt basically extends between my fingers. You see this electricity run down my forearm, as if the electricity is coming from myself, and then it literally just coalesces into like multiple arcs from all my fingertips and into the one single final arc that turns into the actual bolt itself. And then it shoots off in a random direction, maybe hitting like the corner of the tavern or something like that, as I attempt to fire at the Snurfneblin and miss.
Yeah. Your range and intensity calculations were completely thrown off
Mm-hmm.
by the sudden grapple, and you can feel a second set of arms close around your throat. You're presently, well, I would say you're being suffocated, but, well,
Jokes on them.
they're trying. It is your turn in initiative. What are you gonna do? You use your reaction. What's your stuff?
I am going to. I'm gonna cast Grease.
Whoa!
I'm gonna cast Grease on the ground, like basically directly under all of us, in the hopes that we can slip away eventually. You know.
Oh, that's so wicked. Yeah. That
Dan,
happens. What
I
does it
know
look
that,
like?
Dan, I know this is not what your intentions were at all, but I can't help but imagine that the dwarf scared you so much that like you peed yourself, and so this grease is everywhere.
You know, mom said that it was a combat tactic when you're being kidnapped. So
Yeah. Okay.
my dexterity saving throw is a 17 for the grease.
That beats your spell save. When the grease appears, everybody has to do that. I believe that they are both going to fail that. So as the grease begins to like, you've got grease on you, but through a quick incantation, you can like make that bubble up from like outside of you, and
Mhm.
as you do, it begins to fill the area around you. I'm gonna say that you are gonna have advantage on checks to evade grapples from
Sweet.
here on out. And the two who are grappling you both fall to the ground. I'm gonna roll for them to maintain their grapples. I'm gonna roll concentration saves
Mhm.
for them. Okay. The one whose arm is around your throat succeeds, and the other slips off of you and fully like Tom and Jerry's onto the ground. He is in a puddle. He's going to attempt to get up and okay. Yeah, he's going to get up, and uh, I think he realizes that he's not getting anywhere with this grappling business. Uh, he attempts to throw a punch your way,
Mm.
uh, and it clatters sort of harmlessly off of your mage armor, and a little frustrated, he withdraws a halberd from his back.
Ah.
The one grappling you from behind is going to attempt to like pin you, restraining you on the ground.
Okay.
Could I have a strength or dexterity save with advantage, of course?
Ah, with advantage. Okay, well,
Yes.
might not need it. That is a dirty 20.
That is going to be just fine. Yeah. He attempts to kind of do that like thing where they kick you in the back of the knee and like force you down,
Mhm.
uh, and you don't have nerves in the conventional sense, and they, he just kind of kicks you in the back of the leg, and you're like, does not do a thing. His arm is still closed around your neck, but he has given up on trying to suffocate you as
Mhm.
it's become clear that you're made of metal.
Yep.
Uh,
Um,
you can see
great.
confusion beginning to dawn on them as you're kind of a like, what is this?
And and my body, my body is completely not covered in grease at all. Like at least the appearance of it. My cloak, however, is.
Oh, nice. Yeah. Okay, your turn. What's up?
I the dude who's on my because we have one dude who's behind me. I'm on my currently on my knee, right? Like one knee in a puddle of grease. We got a dude behind me. We got a dude on my back choking me out. Is that right?
Yes.
Great. I'm simply just going to do my best to shoot Ray of Frost at this guy behind me.
Okay, go ahead.
Frick. That's a 12.
A 12 is not gonna do it. You've
I'm gonna go back to the library.
Well, used to life as an artillerist in the back lines, it is you just don't know how to adjust your formulas on the fly to account for this kind of like
Very much so.
range and like damage control. Uh, as as you're busy thinking about it, my goodness. We have two utter failure. Well, okay, never mind. We have one utter failure and one guy who's making it happen.
Idea.
So conceding and just keeping to what he knows. The one with the arm around your throat is going to begin to like he's going to start kidney punching you. You're going to take 3 bludgeoning damage.
Great.
And it is your turn again.
Yep. I
You may use your action to attempt to break the grapple of the one that's behind you.
indeed. Just knowing would Mac know general knowledge of sunlight sensitivity?
No, I see no reason he would.
Great. He won't then. Great. I am going to I'm gonna attempt to like essentially pull the arms off from around my neck to and then if that is successful, I'm going to run out of the puddle of grease.
Yeah, attempt to escape the grapple. That'll be a strength or dexterity saving throw, your choice.
That would be an 11.
You'll be making it with advantage because of the grease.
That would be a dirty 20.
Yeah, it will.
Thanks, DM.
Okay. Yeah. Escape. Hey, it's all greasy over here, boys. So
It is all greasy.
escaping the grease, you are you just dodge a halberd strike as kind of duck under it, almost gets the other guard. I assume you're scuttling off. Is that the
Yes,
plan?
I'm running as fast as I humanly can, or
Okay.
more for
You're
humanly
gonna
can.
take an attack of opportunity on the way out.
Yep.
Does a 7 hit?
No, sir.
I didn't think so. So, are you? So, you're scrambling. Full movement gets you 30 feet out.
Right. It is difficult terrain for the grease, so I imagine
Good point.
I have to go through 5 feet of that, and then I can go. So basically, I go 20 feet outside of the oil.
Okay, heard and heard. The guards are going to. The guard who was grappling you is going to try to head you off, and uses his turn sprinting to the other side of the alleyway.
Okay.
You and he are essentially face to face, and he's readying to grab you.
Question: Do you want us to make dexterity saving throws to get out of this grease?
Does the spell save? It does not.
Each creature standing in the area must succeed in dexterity saving throw or be prone to condition. A creature enters area or ends turn must also succeed on that.
Yes.
So it would be.
It does not say like enters the area for the first time each turn, like a spiritual guardians kind of situation. So I'm gonna say that that doesn't apply.
Really? So it's only a one-time thing.
So you pop it, and then there's a dex save. Whenever anyone enters the area or ends their turn after that, they will need a dex save.
Okay.
Speaking of, I should probably roll that for the two guards. Okay. In light of that, however, the two guards are rolling for last turn. The two guards would have fallen prone. So I'm gonna that will happen.
Yeah.
So they are gonna use half their movement to stand up and are going to go ahead and yeah, half your speed. Sweet, still is. And they are going to begin to move toward you, but on top of losing half their speed to the grease, it is also difficult terrain. So an actions dash will only get the one guard to right behind you, and the other within 10 feet. Halberds is a reach weapon, so we are going to have one attack yet. That's not going to hit. This for Neblin with the grace of like truly a seasoned soldier, thrusts the halberd and is just not finding you. The cloak and you're obscured in part because he doesn't know where to stab, and in part because you're like a big dude in a cloak.
Mm-hmm.
And in part because he's got grease all over him. I'm rolling bad, chance. But that's good for y'all.
I'm not rolling great either, so.
Mac, are you planning to cut and run, or are you planning to stay and fight?
I have one on each side of me.
No. The other one was not able to catch up to you because it fell prone at the end of the last turn.
What I want to do is I want to run, like I want to use my movement to run 30 feet, while at the same time like cast Witch Bolt first, to hit one of them at least, and then and also like again keeping within the 60 feet range of Witch Bolt in case I hold it, but keeping Witch Bolt length's arm away.
Okay, great. So you move Witch Bolt, and that's your turn.
No, I never had Witch Bolt holding in the first place. Because I cast it and I didn't hit anything, so you.
That's been changed. Whether or not you hit it, you maintain concentration on it and can use now a bonus action to inflict a d12 of lightning damage.
Oh.
Yeah, that's way better now.
So I've been shooting lightning out of my hands this entire time. Okay.
Yeah, your generator is overcharging, and
Yes, it is.
yeah.
Great. We're gonna roll to see if I hit one of these fools.
Great. Okay.
That would be
Imay.
15.
Okay.
Please hit.
Well,
Please hit.
then
Please
this is
hit.
about to be relevant because they are wearing chain. Yes.
Oh.
You do not need to roll to hit with Witch Bolt's bonus action damage. It just happens. Witch Bolt is so good now, y'all. It is so strong. Yeah. What's that D12 lightning for me?
2d12 actually.
1d12 on the subsequent damage. Unless you upcast it. Did you upcast it?
I did not.
Okay.
Oh, it is a 1d12. Yep.
Yes.
Let's see. That is going to be 10 damage.
Yeah. As you maintain this sort of like lightning thread that tethers the two of you, you channel energy into it, and you can see almost like immediately a near lethal blow has been dealt to this guard. He kneels on the ground clutching his heart.
Love it.
The other guard looks
So-
at you, glowers, and they're gonna start getting out of dodge.
So I still have my action, right?
If you'd like.
Because I only use my bonus action, correct?
Yeah. Yeah.
I use my action to cast Ray of Frost at the other guy.
At the other guy. Okay.
At the other guy, yeah.
Are we witness to a murder?
That is going to be 17 to hit.
That will hit. Go
Great.
ahead and roll me that D8 of cold damage.
That's gonna be 5 cold damage for him, and his speed is reduced by 10.
Yeah. Okay. What does the Ray of Frost look like as you're producing?
Ray of Frost comes from my other hand, and so I'm basically dual wielding. I have like coming from my hand, and yeah, we kind of look like, I don't know, the Avatar or something like that, wielding weird elemental stuff right here. But this, the Ray of Frost essentially shoots out in a similar color to like the blue lightning, and it shoots out in this straight beam, and then it just covers the dude, and like this like icy frost that like while he's like beginning to walk away, it like pauses him like as if he was frozen for like 1 second to like reduce his speed, and then he breaks through like that barrier of like ice that's surrounding him, and he continues to walk away, or whatever he's going to be doing. So
Yeah. He turns to his buddy. you can see like light cold burns like across him. Like his skin is visibly not red, but like whatever color gray skin would turn. And he turns to his buddy. They exchange some words briefly, and they scuttle off, thwarted.
Okay, I want to yell. Actually, I want to yell. Someone stop them! Someone, anyone, help! Stop them!
Interesting. Yeah.
Honestly hoping that Volton hears me, if he's at all remotely around, or anyone that might know one of his order.
Roll me a luck check.
That's just an 8 on die.
Okay. Because it is not bad, more guards don't show up. But because it's not great, you see a couple of civilians, just like a woman and her daughter kind of walking through, and when you cry out, "Stop them," they do not move to stop him. They they begin to seek shelter. So.
Okay, great. I'm gonna go inside the tavern. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna go inside the tavern, and sort of, I'm just gonna I'm gonna put myself in a corner of the
Okay.
tavern, and until I see a familiar face, I'm not gonna go anywhere.
Exciting.
Yeah, Mac is not is a combatant, and he's really freaked out about where he's at. He's not doing well, and so
Right.
he's simply going to hide in the corner, sort of observing all the people, and just like
As you enter,
constantly resetting
the
his
foaming
systems.
mug,
He's more of a lover, not a fighter yet.
Or a thinker, really.
As you enter the foaming mug, you can see a table full of guards. As is commonplace at the tavern.
I'm going to approach them and say, "Did you not hear me? There's two gray dwarves, and they just attacked me. Are you not going to do anything?"
You can see confusion flash across a couple of their faces. Okay. For context, as this is happening, quick cut to y'all. Y'all are concluding your business with the were-rats and moving toward like Volton's the stronghold of the order. So, flashback to here. One of the guards that you've addressed stands up and says, "A Grey Dwarf incursion here in Blingdenstone. Come, show us." Two of them stand and look ready to follow you. The others are murmuring among themselves and look incredulous.
Dan.
So sorry. They look incredulous? What does that mean?
Like they don't super believe you.
I get frustrated.
Two of them are ready to follow, but they also look a little bit like
As much of emotion as well, yeah, Max still appears to be human. Mac looks almost disgusted at the guards. And he says, "There is no order in this town, is there? Follow me then. I think I know where they went." And I try to bring the two guards that are willing to come, and I'm gonna take them outside the front door to see if we can see any semblance of the two
yeah.
Snurf
Are you
Neblin.
going to like follow in the direction of where the other like where you saw the other
Yeah.
two guards like heading toward? Okay.
Yeah. Yep.
I'll ask for investigation then to like navigate the city streets.
Shoot, dang, that's an 8.
No, not investigation.
It's one of my
Alright.
higher ones too.
All right, all right.
2 on die doesn't do much for anything these days.
No. Okay. Yeah. And with that kind of investigation check, you begin to move in the direction of the two guards and find yourself quickly stumbling blind. Once again, unfamiliar streets. And you
Yeah.
are moving. First of all, you've become lost.
Great.
Second, you can give me an insight check.
That would be a simple 8.
Okay. One of the guards is looking at the other a lot. Maybe checking for some kind of cue, or maybe giving one.
I'm confused at this point too. I'm simply I look at them. I say, I swear they ran this way. Do you guys have any means of tracking them, or I promise these two guys attacked me twice. Oh well, I think it was twice, but maybe only once. But do you have any way of search parties, dogs, or anything?
I'll register your complaint with the chief, and if we hear any more reports of Dwergar in this city, you'll be the first to know.
Max just
come along.
Max stands there defeated, and he's just gonna like stand in the middle of that street, just like looking one way and the other way, and yeah, he's gonna attempt to either, yeah, he's gonna, if he sees the doctor's place, the mushroom researcher, he's gonna the Dr. Dwelfin, he's gonna stop in for sure. If
Okay.
yeah, otherwise he might just wander like a main street that has lots of people or something like that.
Yeah. As you and this is the direction they went is opposite of where the good doctor's establishment is, but as you travel down a main thoroughfare, you can see as plenty of time passed during your interaction with the guards. You can see another guard standing outside of a massive fort built into the cave wall.
Well, that's new.
Vulcan,
Yes.
you've raised the alarm bell and assembled the people of the keep.
Mhm.
All of the guards, curse, all of the guards that were on you except one are now, um, you know, off at the meeting. So you've got, boy, like a couple dozen people now in a meeting room. Describe this meeting room for us.
So this is an echo. What the heck? Alright. Think of the keep as sort of think of like the keep of like Helm's Deep, like the main keep of that, sort of built in the mountainside. We're in sort of the main actual room that goes into the mountain. It's just like a very big stand with all the like the tables, like it's not a table, it's just carved directly out of the rock, so it's just a giant stone rectangle carved in the ground. Stretches the length of the room. Um, it's very informal, like we're not all sitting down, we're all sort of just gathered around the table, a bunch of maps and charts, so everything administrative scattered across the table. And then there's just religious iconography carved along the walls into the stone. It's a very, very colorless room, very smoky, lit by candles, poor ventilation. It's very, very stark, we'll say that. And supported by maybe 6 or 8 pillars going along either side. We'll gather there, and I'm going to start. I'll speak. Knights of the Order and guests. We have a high-value prisoner, some of you know, by the name of Curse. For reasons still not entirely known to us, the guard, the city guard, wants him. There's corruption afoot, and I believe they may try to attack should negotiations fall through.
People get visibly nervous at this, and a couple of whispered conversations begin to move through the room.
I'm just gonna hold up my hand as soon as I start to hear that.
Yeah, and that.
I need Sir Blank and Blank and other Sir Blank. I'm gonna name 4 knights to go out through the city to get anyone of importance or any other knights not in the keep to come back into the town or to come back into the keep. Also, if you see a young man by the name of Mac, he is also potential significance. Young scribe-looking sort in blue robes. You see him, bring him in as well. The rest of you, raise the drawbridge. Prepare for a battle. You all know how this works. Are there any questions?
All of the knights that you've called on step up or stand, and one of them stepping forward says, "Sir, are we to expect resistance?"
I would not guess at this stage. We need to be. This is evening time, right?
Yeah.
I would suspect we need to be ready by tomorrow morning.
And
go in pairs. Leave no knight alone. Bring in everyone you can find.
Understood.
Including anyone not in the order, but with close connections, who they might use as hostages.
Okay. I am gonna go ahead and between the four of them, we've got 4 intelligence checks. Okay. That was cocked. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah. The 4 of them depart. Is there anything that other people in the keep need to know, including obviously Teos, little guy, and Dravik, here and present?
I mean, they've been with me, so I don't think that unless there's any questions, like, I think we've got the pretty clear picture of the situation.
Teos is noticeably getting a few weird looks. He is new and imposing.
I'm not going to address it. They'll figure it out.
Okay, gotcha. Okay. As 4 knights depart the keep, one of them, Dan, is gonna stop you and you know, usher you back into the stronghold. The keep of the order is maybe the most drab place that you've ever seen in your whole life. It is utterly unadorned, with nothing on the walls but the sconces for torches, and only as much light as is needed. There is a library filled with books and shelves, and one desk where somebody keeps the books, presently unoccupied, as people are returning to their stations.
I walk in and just sort of look around at the place and
Oh, that makes sense.
more flustered than still and everything, and I
Mhm.
look around. I'm like, at least they have some books here. Have you thought about an interior designer, Volton?
As you say that, returning to her post, a woman in a black habit, not that Mac would know to call it such, um, enters the room. She is short, but like of human proportions, which is a noticeable difference from like the mostly Svirfnebli that occupy this place.
So she's human.
Yeah. Yes. Good evening. She reaches out to shake your hand.
Max extends his hand.
Okay. And she said, "You were Volton mentioned you. You're a friend of his."
Friend is a strong word.
I'm not sure I ever said anything like that, no.
Acquaintances, at best. I suppose almost colleagues.
Flustered somewhat by her faux pas, she nods, of course. Forgive my presumption. Are you interested in the library?
What kind of books are within the library?
An awfully broad question. We've plenty of books on theology and a handful on the natural sciences and a handful more of folk tales. both from above ground and below.
That one
Uh,
over there, I'm going to point to the one corner that noticeably has a chair, like a chair, like one of the few pieces of furniture in the entire facility.
Yeah.
That one there's history. You might find that most engaging.
I go over to the one that he's pointing to.
Okay.
It is just a collection of historical tomes from the Sword Coast and Faerun that go back, like does its best to document like the last 1,500 years of Faerunian history.
The woman sits behind a desk that says S.R. Catalan.
S.R. Catalan.
Right. And obviously, we know the abbreviation to mean sister, but
Yep. He sort of looks at the books and is gonna pull like the history of the Sword Coast, and he looks to Volta and he says, This is the realm that we're in, correct?
Yes, it seems you might like to get acquainted with where you are.
It doesn't look like we're here. This place, as he thumbs through it, sort of literally scanning each page as he thumbs through it with his eidetic memory. This place appears to be much more cheerful.
Dan, as Mac is observing Faerun, there is something very different about it. The gleaming spires and buzz of industry that you are accustomed to
Mm-hmm.
would be considered something of a natural wonder here. It's an altogether more rustic place and in some ways less civilized. It is a world that is yet green, and that may strike you as unfamiliar.
Hmm. Yeah, Mac is reading about the Sword Coast, and your world is not nearly as advanced as mine. I can tell you that right now.
Fine advanced.
Well, it appears that the likes of me, your civilization has only managed to have constructs. They're the equivalent, rather than act true sentience.
You consider
That-
yourself sentient.
I think,
It's not,
therefore,
I don't see
am.
that as a dig. I'm genuinely curious about that.
I think, therefore, I am. Would that not equate to sentience?
Would not can a construct not? I do not know. Would a construct not think that too?
Well, constructs have magic flowing through them, and I do to a certain degree. That's what makes all things in the natural world, set in motion per se. Sentience relies upon the ability to observe the world around them and respond to it. A construct is given orders, and I guess in some sense, I am also given orders because I take in the stigma and the information around me, and I have no choice but to respond to it in the way that I've been trained. So, in that way, we have very similar things, and
So
is anyone truly sentient? Is anyone truly actually free to make the choices? I mean, that's up for debate, but I certainly think not.
Biological determinism enters the struggle.
So You think sentience is merely a matter of complexity.
I think it's a matter of illusion, really.
Perhaps. Seems rather bleak.
Earlier today, I had no choice but to see a wall, this street rise up from behind me like a tsunami wave ready to crash on me and swirl me into the depths of a desolate, rocky ocean that is this place. That does not make sense, at least in the natural world. Obviously, magic can do that, but we
You may
merely
not
have.
have a choice about what you see, but you always have a choice about what you do.
Hmm.
Assuming you are sentient, which you very well may not be.
Neither are you.
You can say that, but I know it to be false. There is always a choice.
Volton,
Keep telling yourself that. I'm gonna begin reading the book more.
what's the equivalent of like how do people get the attention of the keep? Is there some kind of big old doorbell?
Yeah, so we'd have like we'd always have a sentry over at the gatehouse, and yeah, I mean they just yell up to the sentry. It's not a very advanced system.
Okay, great. Yeah. Your sentry enters the keep with word for you. As this conversation concludes, Master Volton, and he looks to Teos, unsure as to whether to reveal information in the presence of a perceived outsider.
Go on.
Of course. Outside, there's a member of the guard.
Have our sorties returned yet?
Not quite.
Send out a rider. Bring them in as quickly as possible. Is it just one guard?
Yes. The
I'll go
captain,
speak with him.
sir.
Teos, would you like to come along?
Yes.
He nods, returns to his post, and y'all are headed outside.
So I'll say,
Mac-
we're not going to open the main gate. There's going to be like a sally port. It's like a small door built into the gate that we can open. Just like for regular sized people to walk through. It's not the big main gate.
Red. Okay. Mac, are you gonna follow them?
No, I want to stay inside as much as possible. If they're going off to fight, there's probably not a ton I actually can do. I'm running decently low on spell slots, so unless they actually really need me there, I'm going to be a little bit more hesitant on actually going.
Okay, sweet. Volton and Teos, anything you're discussing on the way out?
Not that I could think of.
Pretty quiet.
Wicked.
I'm thinking about things.
Volton,
you
where
are.
exactly is it that you're going?
We're going out to like sort of the ramp right outside the gate. There's a guard outside. Like on the other side of the moat. Ditch, whatever. We're just going right outside the walls.
Okay. How far is that?
I don't know. How far away is this? Probably like 30 feet. Not too far.
Okay. I'll follow you. I'm still holding the book. I look at the nun. I say, do you mind if I borrow this real quick?
Not at all. And she begins writing down in a ledger.
Great.
As soon as you step outside the library, like, make sure you put it back.
Oh, absolutely. I would hate to rob people of this information. He's gonna hold the tome in one hand of history, and he's also gonna hold his book that he's beginning to fill with the notes of the underworld. And while he's holding both of this, he's got his magic illusory quill writing in his empty one, so that he doesn't have to use a hand to write. So he's got a magic quill writing in the empty one while he's reading the other one.
Yeah. Do you want? Is the quill doing like a cliff notes, or is the quill like transcribing this book?
No.
Okay.
Like pure cliff notes. Yep. All the important information that Mac would deem worthy of copying. He's
Yeah.
skipping most parts about religion.
Yeah. So where normal people have these internal processes happening all the way on the inside, your frame doesn't really can't necessarily hold or sustain that. So some of that has to get offloaded to external function. So you're literally like processing the book that you just thumbed through, and y'all can see like glyphs and sigils as a spectral quill is writing down sort of key bullets from the history of Faerun.
Hoot, hoot.
So, there was a guard outside named Briskin.
Is he just a guard, or is he like a captain or something?
He is not the captain, but is like one of the senior guards.
All right, like lieutenant or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do I recognize him as Briskin?
Yeah.
Oi, Briskin, what brings you here?
Walton, I'm here on order of the captain. Here to request a parley.
Speak.
Well, I'm here to set up a time. You free this evening?
We have order business to attend to. Tomorrow morning would be the soonest we could speak.
Understood. An hour after dawn?
Very well.
Very well. And Volton?
Yes.
Something's not right.
Briskin, what's not right? What do you know? That's the whole issue here. What happened with the were-rats?
Well, a couple of them escaped. Lots of bodies, grisly stuff. Right?
Yes, Briskin, you're a good man. See if you can get out of... I hope you're assigned somewhere else tomorrow morning.
The weight of that comment sort of moves in him. He nods and departs. And we have a meeting scheduled for tomorrow morning. What kind of preparations need to happen to make that so?
I was just going to talk to him outside the gate again. That's all. We're not...
Well, yes. So you've got the rider out, getting these, kind of hustling these knights back. We've got... Are y'all all out, like, you're preparing for some sort of large-scale conflict, yes?
Yes. At least I'm doing my best to prepare for a possible assault on the keep.
Okay, understood. Lil Guy and Mac, if either of you, like, both of you can see that this is a stewing issue. Dravik, this applies to you too. And I guess Teos to a lesser degree, is there anything that y'all need hashed out with the gang before stuff goes down?
Not particularly. I feel like I'm kind of. I'm like wandering the keep, just kind of checking things out, and then when something seems a little bit more quote unquote spicy, I might be kind of more sneaky, like sneaking around, like a little, like like when kids are like like parents are like setting up a surprise or something like that, but like and they're pretending to sleep, but actually they're not, so like they're sneaking down the staircase, like that's my vibe I'm going for, is like, oh, something's going on, so like I'm gonna like stick to the shadows and like kind of like let my exoskeleton like kind of just shift into the shades of dark, like a dark coloring of the shadows, kind of peek around and just kind of like sneak around a little bit, see what's going on, just kind of not gathering information for nefarious reasons, more just sneaking around for like I'm just interested in what's happening. Like there's some excitement going on. I'm curious what it's gonna lead to.
Okay, and in truly childlike manner, this is a pretty dull place, and you have to make your own fun a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. Like I like like I'm gonna sneak around, and then like maybe sometimes I'm like, oh, I'm gonna be a little bit more bolder this time. Like I'm gonna sneak, like I'm gonna stand a little bit farther away from the wall this time. Like, oh, let's see how far I can get away without anyone seeing me.
Uh-huh.
You will eventually see probably you'll eventually see not a prison cell with, well, essentially an empty prison cell with one guard standing in front of it. Yeah, because Curse is hiding within the cell, underneath the bed. So you'll see the covers of the bed that's like puffed over to look like someone is sleeping there. And yeah, that's one thing that you will see on your adventure.
This guard.
How well can I actually see Curse underneath the bed? Like, is it
So-
obvious he's there?
The first thing you notice, I think, is that this guard, as with most, gives you a bit of a quizzical look, like, what is this creature? Generally, in the Underdark, bugs are dangerous, but this one is wearing clothes. So,
By
there's a-
clothes,
there's
it's
a-
literally just a cloak that looks like a worn down blanket that's just strapped over my shoulders.
Yeah. And I would love a perception check from you.
Lovely. Let me
Would you like
use the
a
dice to have
stealth
here.
check from me, Tom?
No,
Okay.
I'll give him a I'll take his perception check, and you can tell me whether you think that's sufficient.
How's a 19?
Clearly sees just a snake with a hay mattress laying over him.
You'll probably see the tail kind of sticking out from the draped sheet
the idea
that's over, or
I
something
like the
like
idea
that.
that like your boots are sticking out or something like that.
Yeah.
But anyways, so I'm kind of like just. I'm gonna push my boundaries here a little bit. Can I like, if I touch the bars, is like the guard gonna yell at me?
Yeah, he'll not like yell, but he'll interpose himself and like kind of gently place a hand on your chest.
I place my
sorry.
other hand on his chest.
Is it-
like maybe this is a welcome.
he's gonna like go down on one knee, and this is like a Svirfneblin man, fit, dressed very humbly as everyone here is.
We're about the same height then. I mean, he's a little taller than me, right?
Yes. He has a mace at his hip, which is most of the size of you.
Oh, lovely. Good.
Right. You're hello. My name is Donna. And you?
The little mandibles start moving as he hears in his head, "I'm little guy."
He flinches when the mandibles start moving, and when you speak in his mind, he shoots up.
Do I hear the clipping of the like? Do I
Yeah.
hear anything?
I think you're hearing some. There's some chittering noise.
Okay.
I feel
Yeah.
like probably you hear some little like excitement chittering noise that's probably familiar to you at this point.
Yeah, from underneath the bed, he'll take it the bottom, like the sheet that's draped on the bed is draped all the way to the ground, and he'll from under the bed kind of take the sheet up, roll out, and go. Hi, you are the bug that I saw earlier. Is that correct?
I turn like I'm still imagining that like my hand is still just extended out to that the guard, and I just turn my head, and I make eye contact with Curse, and I'm like, "Hi, I'm little guy." And as I like another arm comes up and waves at you.
Yes. How is the fortress out there?
Lots of excitement, lots of excitement. People are scurrying around, but adults are boring.
Is there fighting happening, or are we planning, or what's the plan?
I just kind of like, I stop waving. I bring back my one hand. In my other hand, I'm kind of like, just kind of bring all my limbs inside my cloak. And I'm just kind of like, I'm just looking at you and I'm like puzzling and thinking. And out of my two arms pop back out, one with a red crayon and one with a white crayon. And my exoskeleton starts on the red side, starts turning red, and then the other one turns white as they come together and makes this pinkish rose color. And I express to you, Curse, I learned the color rose. Have you heard about God?
I have heard that there are people that believe in it, yes.
The very first thing that little guy learned about Christian theology is that Jesus did not pink from the dead.
Okay, anyways, I had my fun there. I'm gonna correct Curse and say, well, it is a he, and then I go on and explain like I don't quite know what's going on. Like I don't know what's going on. I know that this is the color rose. I know God exists, and there's people moving around, like a lot.
Little guy, are you projecting this to both the guard and to Curse?
No, at this point, I am like hyper focusing on Curse.
Yeah.
So Curse, it's technically you could think back, but I don't know if you would realize you can think back so I can hear you. So you might be verbally saying this out loud, and the guard just might be very confused.
At this time, two other guards return to their posts here. Clock, little guy, look at the third guard, and then they move in and start like murmuring amongst one another.
And at this point, oh boy, that's quite shiny. At this point, Curse is just on the other side of the bar, crisscross applesauce, kind of like doing one of these, and just like kind of big deep breath as he's saying stuff, and yeah, I'm working with a child. Yes. And trying to get the conversation back into what's going on now, but never getting there, I presume.
The main like every other like every third thought I have is, oh, I learned this new color, and I just show you like this color, like just using my hands. And it's like I learned this shade of gray, which is different than this shade of gray. It doesn't look different at all.
You should look and gesture at his purple scaly skin, and purple looks pretty good on most people.
And then I like shift my exoskeleton to like I shift so like it's still lots of my scales are like black and dark, but instead of like a tinge of green, it all turns to like a tinge of purple.
Mm-hmm.
And even like the fungus on me, which sometimes you notice change a little bit, like the fungus that brilliantly glows green often is like now this dark violet color. Like it's still glowing, but it's very dark, and the only thing that just looks kind of bizarre is my eyes are still glowing green. Just for a moment, and then I like shift back to my normal form, like my normal coloring. It's like just kind of like look at you like all interested, like, huh?
You're pretty close of becoming a little mini me. Well,
Bye. I walk away.
Bye.
Oh.
And he'll get up, stretch, get up, and then gesture to one of the guards. So, are we under attack?
It doesn't look like it, but the way Volton's talking, it seems like we're preparing for war.
Sounds good. Well, rather be full of battle on a full stomach. So if you don't mind giving me a bagel with a nice cream cheese layer on top, that'd be wonderful. And he sits back on his bed.
Consider it done. One of the guards departs and brings back exactly the same food that everyone else at the keep is eating that night. Roll me a luck check.
Okay. Ooh. 18.
It's good food tonight.
Okay.
You've got like a sort of like a mashed potato substitute made of fungus, and like a little bit of gravy, and there's like cooked breast of an animal that you are like, well, you've been in the Underdark for a while. It's like, well, I don't know what fauna would. That's, well, probably some kind of like particularly meaty crustacean or insect.
Sure. And as I receive the meal, I go, that's not what. Okay.
Oh, sorry. I must have forgotten.
It's fine.
And he
he'll
begins
eat his food for the morning, or his evening snack, or midnight snack, or whatever time it is.
Right. Okay. Anything during the anything we're doing as the day closes out? Dravik, Tyos, any plans?
I will be retiring to my room, and I will be trying to communicate with whatever being communicated with me before.
That's super interesting.
Yep. I'm just gonna, sort of in a meditative position, trying to recall the memory of those eyes, and almost recalling the blindness that I had experienced, and just kind of calling out in my mind and sometimes out loud, just in very short whispers, either of like, "Who are you?" or "Come back."
Roll me a wisdom saving throw.
Where are you doing this?
In my room.
Okay.
14.
14. That's pretty good. Okay. You can feel. It's not. You feel as though you're being watched. You can also feel something. It's kind of like Lil Guy's telepathy, but it's as though someone were doing that with your eyes.
I'm just going to kind of like growl in my mind a little bit, realizing like there's something like, yeah, that I'm like almost being used for something, and like, yeah, just kind of whisper into, like the shades are pulled over. I mean, like, room is pitch black. There's no, I haven't turned the light on, and I'm sitting there, and just like, you said you had answers. Answer.
Do you have questions?
Who are you?
I have many names. If you would like, call me the All-Seeing.
Suppose that's why you're using my eyes.
Well, not just yours.
So, what do you want?
You will know when you see it, and you will see it.
Who? What am I?
You are mine.
You with the drow? The ones that did this to me?
I am beyond the drow.
We'll see about that. And I try and like break connection, something.
You try.
Break. Get out of my head.
Yeah. The feeling of that does not go away.
The feeling of being like watched through my.
Hmm? Teos, are there any eldritch beings you would like to commune with at this time?
Good. I'll let Dravik take care of this one.
Okay, great.
How does Tom, with my sight,
Yeah.
the way it
Yeah.
is, being magical in nature and whatnot, if I put a blindfold over my eyes, can I not see, or how does that affect my vision?
If you put a blindfold over your eyes, you cannot see.
Okay.
You know, you have normal vision. You can't see through barriers. You
Right.
know,
Right.
don't have any meaningful resistance to illusions or that kind of thing.
In sort of a frenzied panic, because I'll wear like a thinner piece of like almost gauze over my eyes, just not to freak people out.
Yeah.
I just tear off part of my cloak, and I like tightly wrap it around my head, till I can see nothing but the fibers of the cloth in front of me. And I'm gonna try and go get some food.
Okay. So it's hard to do blind, admittedly. But you enter the locker, undo the sort of valve door. It's full up, as you recall, but you can never help but wonder how long.
Yeah, almost in like a panic, like the way somebody would like stress eat. I just start just running through, and my nails almost seem to grow a little bit longer, and like still like pretty heavily clothed with that like just band over my eyes, and I'm just like tearing around, grabbing chunks, and just eating.
Yeah. And it's not long before you encounter a particular favorite morsel of yours.
Yeah, I think.
And as you hold the eye in your hand, do you eat it?
I do. And then I eat another one.
Okay.
And then 3 more.
Yeah.
And soon, all of the corpses in the locker are completely eyeless. And I'm sitting in the middle of the locker, trying to weep, but no tears come out of my empty sockets.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna stay there for a while, probably, and eventually come out.
Have some girl time, stress eat and cry. Good stuff. Yeah, some like. Yeah.
I'm remaking my eyes by consuming other eyes.
They're like carrots. They're good for your eyes.
I see.
Okay.
Get it, Dan? Because he can't see because he doesn't have eyes.
I get it.
Yeah.
Hey Tom,
Yeah.
what day of the week is it?
I had an answer for that at one
It's
time. It was written down.
Friday. Gotta get down on Friday.
Wait, okay, I'm almost certain the answer is actually Friday.
Nice.
It is, so we're going from Friday night into Saturday morning.
Okay, sick. Perfect.
And as we do... Oh no, he's gone.
Sad.
Little guy.
Oh, there he is. Hello, and
What'd I do?
little guy. as you lay yourself down to sleep.
I don't sleep.
I pray to the Lord my soul to keep.
You're right. Oh my goodness, you
Yeah,
you
I'm
just
like,
moved
I can't
restlessly.
sleep.
That's so good for me. Okay. Okay.
To be honest, I don't sleep this evening as well due to the fact that I slept this afternoon.
Oh, that's true. So you're
Okay.
awake.
What sleep?
Exactly. That's what
Yeah.
I'm saying, Dan. Actually, I don't require sleep, is what it says. So I guess I can physically sleep if I wanted to, but why would I do that? Why would one actually sleep if they never slept? You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Moreover, I don't think you would really have like a concept of like how to. You would have no way to fall asleep.
Yes.
Your closest anagram would be unconsciousness,
Hmm.
which I take it you've experienced few times.
Yeah, probably few, I guess. Unless someone really bopped me on the side of the head. Don't mind my dog if you hear her crying. She just wants to give me her. She wants me to give her a TREAT.
Mm,
Soon she'll know how to spell.
sure. One
It's
day.
fine
Like
so
the
far.
Velociraptors in Jurassic Park.
8 years later, we're still good with that.
Soon you're gonna have to call it a TAERT.
Anyways, yeah.
Yes.
There is the guards take shifts, kind of watching you between rests. The fourth has returned, but was off gathering folk. Um, the whole place's bustle dims as do the lights. And what was once lit as as normal has now returned to this sort of underdark drear. You see one of the guards that is sleeping at present stir. And as he moves to leave the room, I would like a perception check from you.
Absolutely.
Or insight, your choice.
It would be perception.
Okay.
Shoot, where's perception? No, wait, yeah, whatever. Perception 17.
Asking rogues to make skill checks.
Well, I have a -1, but whatever.
Well, hey.
Natural 18 does wonders.
As the guard begins to leave, his eyes glow faintly in the darkness.
Okay, we're ready to go. So, Curse has he seen this before? I don't remember. I don't think he has. He's seen the eyes go out on Dravik.
On Dravik.
But I don't think he's ever seen it. He just knows that something's strange, and he's just. I think he would get his cards ready to go if needed.
Okay.
And just waiting patiently. But I have Curse will have the cards ready to go.
The guard, Donner, the Svirfneblin, leaves the room.
Oh. Is there any other guard that's there?
You can see the one who's awake sort of begin to question, but assumes that he's like pissing, or some normal thing.
Okay. As long as he's okay with it.
As Donner leaves, little guy, have you found a particular place in the keep at this time that's caught your fancy, or are you just wandering? You are muted, but I think I saw you mouth just wandering. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
Mhm.
I mean, that seems like a pretty, you know, not brisk, low key task to do.
Yeah, super low key. I wouldn't worry about it at all.
Okay, good, good. I'm glad that I'm going to be just casually wandering for 6 hours and
Yeah, and
still get a
nothing will
long
happen
rest.
about it.
I want to
So,
add real quick, a little guy. At some point, you're gonna come across my door, which is slightly open, and you're gonna see what you assume to be Valden. It's like it's a very bare bones room, just like a cot in the corner and stuff. But you assume he's Valden, but he's totally unarmored and has all of his bandages off, and is slowly redoing each and every bandage across his entire body. And it's sort of like when you see Darth Vader in Empire Strikes Back from behind, like putting the helmet on, but that's his entire body of just horrible scars and like what would appear to be like this guy's suffered several what should have been mortal wounds in his life. And he's like in nothing but his trousers, slowly bandaging his entire body in the night.
Walton never had the high ground.
Mm-mm.
dang.
I'm gonna knowing that, I'm not gonna engage in conversation, but I'm just gonna stare and like in my head, like tracing through every scar and wonder where it came from and just memorize to the point that I'm memorizing where all these scars are, the story that they painted across his body.
Would you come within 10 feet of me?
How close are you to the door?
It was probably like a 15 by 15 foot room. Like I'm on the other side, so I mean you wouldn't have to.
I'm not coming into the door. I'm poking my eyes between the door and the door frame.
And I probably have no idea you're there.
Like, did you say they were burn scars?
Everything. Well, I mean, you wouldn't be able to tell. I mean, you know, but just horrible disfigurement across his entire body.
Yeah.
And like battle wounds, like massive gashes and stuff.
Yeah. Sick.
I'm gonna be there for. How long does it take you to redo the bandages? You think?
Oh, it probably takes a solid hour.
I'm gonna be there for 20 minutes and leave.
Over the course of the night, little guy, you find an unexpected playground in the middle of this place, though most would call it a mess hall. There are all of these table structures in which you can hide from imaginary ghosts and the like. So as you're kind of, I don't know, essentially playing make-believe
Yes.
in the midst of this mess hall. Meta. Sorry. The guard who you saw earlier that day, Donner, finds you, you know, under a table, crouches down and says, "Forgive me, I never caught your name."
Again, the chittering starts, and I'm staring at him, but it's nighttime, so gotta be very quiet. So my chittering's a little quieter, and in his voice, he hears even a softer voice. Little guy.
Right. Well,
I'm waiting for him to cast a spell that kills me. I'm not gonna lie.
it's a pleasure to make your acquaintance.
I'm gonna put. Is his hands pretty big? I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna put 2 hands. Yes. Both on the same side of the body, those 2 hands.
Well, I've never, I've never seen anything like you before. What are you?
You don't know.
Are you sure?
Yes. Do you want to play? Do you want to? You should be quiet. There's a ghost in here.
Oh, ghosts. Right.
Then the spirit picks him up and throws him across the room.
Are you hiding from the ghosts under the table?
Yeah. And like my eyes get a little bit bigger, bright green, like this a little bit more greener than usual, like with excitement. I kind of lean in a little bit too, like yes.
Brilliant. They'll never find you there. Never in a million years. You've got very fine big eyes.
Hang on a second here. I'm trying to see. I need to check something really quickly.
Yeah.
Ah, dang it. I was hoping I could cast a minor illusion behind him or something to really throw him off. But he could tell if I did it, which makes me sad.
Yeah.
I was hoping there wasn't any somatic component. Ah, no, actually. Well, hang on a second here. Yeah, I'm wearing a cloak. I'm gonna use one of my like hands that are like hidden underneath my cloak. To use the material and somatic component for minor illusion. And behind him, I'll have like from somewhere behind, like I'll have this like the sound of like, is it chairs or benches? Like, is this
It's
like
benches.
benches? Okay. Then I'm gonna like have like a little whisper like in the like right behind his ear. It's like that's like.
They're like,
Do you not believe in ghosts? You know, like kind of thing. Like you don't believe in me.
no. I don't believe in ghosts. There are larger and more important truths than the supernatural now. I've only seen that very recently.
I'm gonna stare at him. Just, I don't know where this conversation's going.
Follow me.
Okay, but we gotta be quiet. Ghosts don't like it when you make noise. I'm gonna like
Be
carefully
very-
like kind of tiptoeing around.
Okay. As you do, he begins to lead you outside the keep.
Ooh, hang on a second.
Do you follow?
There would almost certainly be guards at the gate.
Yeah.
But Dad told me to stay inside.
I know. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Is have I been told to stay here? I don't think I have, so I'm gonna keep following.
Okay.
Tristan's like, we have our first player death already.
Donner is an established member of the Order, but is acting strangely. I'm going to roll an insight check for the guards outside. Actually, Blake, I'll have you roll the insight check for the guards outside.
All right. There's one will roll. Let's see, I'm gonna use using the night stat block,
Okay. I believe
which
you.
is just neutral roll. Will be 11 and a 17 for each of them.
11 and a 17. Okay. I think one of them doesn't really seem worried about this. And the other... You can... Little guy, I want an insight check from you too. Because there's going to be layers to this conversation that may not appear to you unless you know what's happening in these people's brains.
I debated about doing a luck point, but I'm not going to because I don't feel suspicious enough. So I got 11.
For the record, if you want to spend a luck point, like, luck is essentially a meta-narrative phenomenon. So
Yeah, I don't know. Is it supposed to be before the roll or during the roll? Or
You can do it whenever.
yeah,
whenever? Before the results resolve.
I believe so.
Yeah,
Does
'cause
Owen-
when it's advantage, it doesn't particularly say. Regardless, I don't want to do it.
Okay, great.
I don't want to do it is the thing.
You hear the guard say to Donner, I think it's advisable that we keep personnel inside the keep, especially late at night. And there's a bit of something in his eyes as he says that. And Donner stops for a moment and says, I was just escorting a guest out to pick up his belongings. Is all. And
Did he say to pick up my belongings?
yes, he did. And the guard's eyes narrow. He
I'm gonna-
nods. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm like. I think I'm going to connect with the guard that's leading me out. He said Donner is his name?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna make mental connection with Donner. I'm like, look, Donner, I already have all my stuff.
He says, he responds telepathically without looking back at you. Not quite.
I'm
And
gonna now connect with the other guard and be like, I apparently have more things.
the guard hardly sustains a yelp, and the other is like, what? What? But I'm sorry. You have. Hello. I'm Adolphus. Who? What? What's your name?
I go up shaking with the two hands on the same side. In his head he hears, little guy! Like all exciting.
Right. Yeah. Yes. You have belongings that you and Donner are going to retrieve?
Apparently I'm getting things.
With the state of things as they are, I think it might be better for your safety that you remain in the keep. Roll another insight check, and he's gonna roll a persuasion check.
Okay, this time I'm gonna use a luck point for this one.
Okay, if we total 25 between the two of us,
Cool.
that
Well, I just want to say I'm glad I said I did that because the first roll is a 1. The second roll is now a 22. So,
Wow. Yeah. That's.
Were you
that's
gonna roll
amazing,
for persuasion, or was I?
Oh, you go ahead. Sorry.
I rolled a natural 20.
Come on.
Little guy. This guard is not certain about what's happening, but he is trying to alert you to a potential danger. Not in what is happening outside, but you can hear through your telepathic connection with the guard not only apprehension and like emotion, but also he says to you, Donner's eyes.
I guess I kind of shift over and I kind of look up into Donner's eyes. What do they look like?
They are faintly glowing.
What
That
type
was not
of,
happening. That was not
Like-
happening before.
like a faint red glowing or like
A sort of icy blue.
does my eyes glow? My eyes are not glow, but they look very bright. In the other guard's brain mind, he hears really loudly, "It's a ghost!" And then at that moment, there's spores around me start start floating around me, turning and then turning to a black color and starts coalescing behind me as my figure starts folding in and I disappear as I misty step away.
The guards both start. All of them begin to look for you. The two guards that are like not Donner are like looking for you, but also following Donner looking for you. And you just disappear.
Yeah, and I'm using my abilities so that where I can enhance the Misty Step, so I'm gonna give myself 10 temporary hit points because ghosts are scary.
Wicked. Are you going to telepathically alert anyone of your getting out of Dodge, or are you just gonna get out of Dodge?
I was
I'm getting
just
out
gonna
of Dodge.
ask, how long has this
Great.
been?
Brother dips.
Brother done
How long
dipped.
has this been? Yeah, Donner is not gone for the length of a piss break. It is like probably half an hour.
So, at the 15-minute mark, 20-minute mark, I'll say to the guard that's kind of just chilling there. If he's asleep, I'll wake him up. So, your other friend, does he have toilet issues, or I have a concern that he's not back.
What, you don't think 3 guards is sufficient to ensure your safety?
No, I'm curious to know where he is, because I've heard stories lately of possessions. So, yeah.
And you think that Donner is possessed?
I'm simply asking if he has toilet problems. If he has toilet problems, it's fine. If he doesn't, then we have an issue.
There's no issue. And you may find it's more than just Donner.
What?
Rick, man, stop it.
As
Do I
all their
see
eyes
his,
start to glow.
do I see his eyes?
Yeah, and you see him sort of suddenly racked with what appears to be like some sort of severe headache as the light behind his eyes is flickering.
Cool. Okay.
And
I-
eventually the light fades, and he sits back up, rubbing his forehead and his temples.
What? Say that again once more. Say the sentence you just said.
Say what again?
The last sentence you said. Great.
What are you getting at?
Can you unlock the door, please? Or I will do it myself.
Gets out a lock and pick that he never got taken away from him. Starts unpicking his own lock.
Volton, we're under orders to keep you locked
Okay.
up. And he begins to nudge the other guards awake.
Nope, that's fine. That's totally fine. Where is he in reference to the lock?
You can pick the lock if you wanna.
Yeah,
what's he gonna do? He's like sitting beside the door, like on a chair. Like there's a chair and a table, like the size of a table you could play cards on.
Sure.
Hypothetically, not that they do for, most of the shift when they're
Gambling.
watching.
There's a
it.
gambling problem in this town. So, Curse is going to, he's gonna get his lockpicks out, and he's going to reach around through the outside and pick the lock.
Okay, as he does
If he
that,
reaches forward, I'll make sure that I don't lose my locking to my lockpick tools. I'll make sure that doesn't happen, or at least try.
You can try, but I will require a sleight of hand check
It's
to like
just fun.
draw back your hands, because there's like, he's got this motion and you've got like kind of to like undo two things and then slip back in.
Okay. Sleight of hand. Sleight of hand, that is a 24.
Sounds about right. Yeah, like a liquid.
Okay, cool.
Worth noting that you could probably unlock, like you could probably use your lockpicks from inside the cell.
Wait, the lock is in the inside and the outside?
Or, I'm sorry, nope, it's padlocked. That was established.
There we go.
My mistake.
Okay. Is there any metal, like it's a metal bars kind of thing, right?
Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna go and go to my bed. Do I have is there any metal that's a part of the bed, or do I have anything hard that I have at my disposal? I don't have my sickle, because at the moment I think little guy has my hat and my sickle at the moment, but I'm just looking for something
I guess
hard.
so. I forgot. I don't think I ever gave you back the hat. I don't know. I tried to take the sickle, but I would have given it back to Bolton. So
That's fine. I would have asked for the hat if you would have said, but that's totally fine. He doesn't need the hat.
Honestly, if we want to say you had the hat, like you asked for the hat when I visited you, you can have that hat back.
Okay, I'll have the hat. I grab something. If I can find something, I would like to find something heavy, like preferably metal. And we're gonna do something that I've done before, and we're gonna start a riot. So I'm gonna grab something heavy, whether that be like, I don't know, it could be a card or whatever it is, or something heavy, and bang it against the metal of the cage to make as much noise as humanly possible, or as as UNT as possible. Trying to wake up, more specifically, trying to wake up Volton.
Okay. Good to know. If you start banging loudly, the whole keep will hear. Volton, you'll wake up to that.
That's totally
but so
fine.
will the rest of y'all.
Yep, that's totally fine.
So anybody who wants to, well, Dravik, you'd probably be at home. Or are you staying at the keep for now?
I'm in the keep, yeah.
Okay, good.
Due to the nature of
Yeah, makes sense. Vaulton and Teos, I'm gonna give y'all the first opportunity to respond to, because you have kind of the like official welcome and authority to do so. Curse is just banged loudly on the. So first of all, Blake, how many prisoners, give or take, would be here?
I mean, there's only 4 cells, and I would have said Kurz is the only one right now.
Yeah. No, I'm just making noise.
I was also pretty sure that was the case.
Yeah.
Sorry, when you said start a riot, I got the wrong idea. So, Vaulton and Teos. We've
Hey, guys, real quick, I'm gonna head out. This seems an appropriate time for little guy, anyways, because little guy just disappeared. And he will be hiding somewhere in the keep. Good luck. I have a +5 in stealth, and also my Chameleon Carapace ability gives me advantage on dexterity stealth checks.
Okay.
Good luck finding me. Have
The
fun.
last-
Hide and seek. I'm hiding from ghosts.
Yeah.
See ya.
I'm gonna wake up to hear an unholy racket echoing through the halls of the keep. Which I imagine just echoes perfectly through the stone halls. Just sort of automatically
Something like that.
in a bad mood.
There we go.
And I'm just gonna wake up and sort of roll off my cot. I'm just all I'm in is like obviously bandaged with like a linen tunic, pants, and pull my face mask on and my hood.
Pajamas.
Dagger at my hip, and I'm gonna go see what the racket is.
Beautiful. So Teos and Vaulton, I think y'all are going to arrive there first. Curse.
Yep. Do they stop me? Like, where are the other two
Look, yeah, absolutely. Like the guard is like, hey, seriously, what has gotten into you?
I would like to leave my cell, please.
That's just not how cells work.
So you are telling me that I'm actually a prisoner? I thought I was being protected.
Well, frankly, the difference wasn't made especially clear to me. Vaulton told me to treat you as I would a prisoner, and I'm going to. I understand it to be more than that, but the details of that are too murky for me to really... No, you're not allowed to leave your cell. And with that, Vaulton and Teos, you can arrive.
I'm just gonna sort of stand in the doorway. What is going on in here?
Curse has spontaneously decided that he would like to leave his cell. And he has also decided to make it everyone else's problem.
I saw a guard leave earlier with glowing eyes, and these two guards also had glowing eyes for a moment. I have a concern that we have been breached from the inside out.
Insight check.
Yeah. I think...
Dirty 20. I'm gonna assume you seem pretty honest.
Yeah.
Which is weird, but What's this? Do we have names for these guys yet?
I wouldn't worry about it. I have names written down, but I actually don't want to burden dialogue with knowing them.
What do you know about? I'll turn to the knights. What do you know about this?
You will notice that Donner is not present.
Where is Donner?
Apparently, he is having a toilet issue. He's been gone for
He
a half
left.
hour.
History check. Does Donner have digestive issues?
Donner does not have established digestive issues.
Okay. All right.
He left about half an hour ago.
And you didn't find that strange?
Well, not at the time. It has been a long time.
Go find him. I'll point to the next guard. Come with me. And I'm going to go back to my... First, I'm going to go up to the door, relock it. Third guard, stay here. Second guard, come with me back to my chambers and help me put my armor on.
Okay. A small crowd has gathered. Dravik and Mac, you probably heard the brunt of this. But most of them are like, okay, this is actually nothing to be worried about. We're just getting, kind of shuffling back to their rooms, trying to maintain their dazed and sleepy state. Many of them have, candles or torches. So you're going to put on your armor. What's everybody else doing?
I'm gonna feel my way over to cell.
Yeah, and you have this very thick blindfold on now.
Yeah. And my movements are jerky and uncertain and very adrenaline pumped. For sure.
Yeah.
So, especially after the noise. I'm gonna go over to Curse, hand in, just stick my face as closely as possible. His eyes.
Yes. Other
What are his
blind
eyes?
man.
What are his eyes like, Curse?
Kind of looks like yours.
And I take off.
So
Running down the hall, trying to figure it out. Eventually,
Probably after I run into enough walls, just screw it, just rip it off and just keep running, trying to find the guard.
Tom, I can Curse has enough pieces and parts to figure to kind of think that eyes are watching eyes are the big thing, or at this point, or at this point he's still on the concerned side.
Refresh me. Dravik, did you tell people about the thing you saw? I don't then see a reason that, you've seen two people who have glowing eyes, and
Okay.
one of them was behaving both of them, it's safe to say,
Yeah.
were behaving fairly strangely. One of them ducked from his post with no explanation,
Sure.
and the other said some shit and does not remember it.
Okay.
We
So-
also have Mac's report of being attacked by a guard with glowing eyes.
Yeah.
That is true.
So I'm just probably people being cursed from the inside out. Probably that phrase probably wasn't said just for context. Just I don't think he would understand something's wrong, but not connecting people being cursed. But
I don't understand why one would.
okay. So just for back
I
and
wonder
forth.
who's behind that. Cursed.
Who's the real big bad?
Wouldn't that be a twist?
That'd be crazy.
I walk through. I walk through the barrier and I start going on. No, I'm kidding.
The dagger is back.
So Dravik's sprinting. Volton's getting his armor. Teos?
I don't really have anything to do. I at this moment, I suppose I would look for the guard with glowing eyes, but I mean, I don't really have any Like nothing has happened as far as I'm concerned. Like I hear Curse's story and there's a guard with glowing eyes. That's not good. But otherwise, like there's nothing that's like directly happened to make me go, oh, I need to act in this space. So I would just probably do nothing.
That is very Teos. Mac, anything up with you?
No, I'm pretty much writing down and reading more about Faerun, getting familiar so I can at least begin to conceptualize where these people are from.
And
in the meantime, I'm trying to focus on, like, I take more time when it comes to like places like the bigger cities, seeing if there's universities. I'm also specifically looking for like teleportation circles inside of Faerun.
Interesting. Okay, awesome. Well, as you enter this facsimile of what carbon-based life forms would call sleep, you understand it to essentially affect the same purpose, that they shut down to preserve energy so that they can unravel the day's events and properly categorize and store information, and wake up refreshed and having known more in the morning. Dravik, are you going somewhere?
I'm going by pure intuition.
Rad.
Trying to find answers.
Pure intuition is leading you outside the keep.
And that's where we're
Is that
going.
acceptable to you?
It is acceptable.
Okay. As you begin to leave in a mad dash, while Volton is gathering his armor, Teos accompanying. Maybe. Or maybe not. I don't know. You are stopped by the guard outside. Well, okay. Actually, roll me a luck check.
12.
Okay. Would you... I'm going to say that you don't run into the guard. The guard is presently... Well, no. I'm wrong about that. One of the guards is presently pursuing Donner. The other is here. And wary after a night of weirdness is visibly perturbed by your arrival. Good evening.
I was like in a state of like hurry, like go up to him and I'm gonna look him like really closely into his eyes.
He's brandishing a weapon at his side.
What are his eyes like? They're not glowing?
No?
Great.
Why would they be?
Give me it. I need to go right now. We are in terrible danger.
Do you know something?
If you see anyone with eyes glowing, restrain them. And I take off.
Now, I can't help but notice that
Accept me! Accept me! Whose eyes don't usually glow. You need to restrain.
I think he's gonna, like, you bolt, right? So he is presented with a choice between pursuing and maybe catching you, or maintaining his post. And I think he's going to maintain his post.
Probably wise. I can dash as a bonus action.
Yeah, you do be bumpkin. Yeah, so your intuition is taking you deeper into town. You've been here a while. You would know that it's in the direction of the guards station.
I think as I'm like running through town, my like adrenaline and freaking outness starts to come down a little bit more.
Okay.
Definitely more stealthily, especially as I continue on. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna the guardhouse.
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna approach the guardhouse.
As you're approaching, you're near the guards. You're near the outpost, and it's kind of like a warmer, situation. You find the place that feels the warmest, and you're standing on a city block, like a couple 100 meters away from like the guard's post, and you can feel below you what you're looking for.
But below me is just dirt, like the
Cobblestone, yeah. And we'll cut back quickly to Vultan and Teos spearheading the search for Donner. It's going to take time, but it is only a matter of time. After another 25 minutes, Donner is restrained and recovered by one of like the two guards who they were wrestling. Donner had been pinned, and y'all.
He was actively resisting.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. There were no clear injuries, there are no broken limbs, really no serious bruising. It doesn't look like a mean fight, but one of them clearly had to restrain the other. And as you are walking toward them, the guard who was posted outside stands up, offers Donner a hand, and they begin walking back toward the keep, and see y'all.
Offers it like he pulls but Donner's still restrained.
No.
Tied up.
Nope. They.
Okay, so I'm confused what's happening.
You see them having grappled as you begin to walk toward them. Hello. As you begin to walk toward them, you see the one guard having restrained Donner, and as y'all draw closer, the other guard comes off of him, they stand up and turn and sort of start, surprised by y'all.
Connor, where have you been? What is going on here? I'm walking up, my shield dropped from my shoulder and my hand on the flail at my hip.
I would like for you to roll a luck check at this time.
How about
Oh my goodness! That's so exciting. You can see then Donner's eyes still glowing.
Frick. No.
My sincerest apologies. I was using the loo and had a bit of a well. I began. There was a disagreement and a foolish scuffle with my friend.
are we anywhere near the lavatories in the keep?
Not meaningfully so.
How did you end up here when the lavatories are nowhere near?
An honest mistake.
I'm gonna turn to the other knight. Are his eyes glowing?
No.
Gallus, Gallus, what is happening?
I'm not entirely sure. This Donner led the bug outside.
You what?
The little guy.
Restrain Donner immediately.
Understood.
Donner, submit to questioning and disciplinary action.
Of course. He is restrained and brought inside.
We're gonna pull him into like a side room. Where did you bring the bug, and why?
Donner failed to bring the bug outside meaningfully. We stopped him at the gate.
I'm gonna turn to Donner now. We'll say tied up and in a chair or something, like a little storage room. Donner,
You get the ones down here.
this is your last chance.
Where'd they go?
What were you doing tonight? I'm gonna reach forward and I'm gonna pull his mask up. I like lean down, like get on one knee, so I'm at his height, like my face is like a foot from his.
Good job.
Our plans are numerous, and our ranks endless. We have your eyes. We have your eyes. Donner begins to convulse.
I'm gonna slam my shield into the ground, let my rosary drop, my wraparound rosary drop from my fist, just like hold it right in front of him. Leave this man! And I'm gonna turn to the other guard with us, to Gallus. Get Father Stark immediately! Just
Yeah.
gonna yell that at the top of my lungs.
Gallus departs. one of the guard that was that you talked to by Curse's cell um, uh, uh, begins like attempting CPR or like to hold him down like and like chest compressions. It it and he says he looks at you and eyes faintly glowing says, "Don't worry about the priest. It's not of fiendish origin."
Is the other guard's eyes are glowing now too?
Yeah. But he's
Not
trying to
fiendish
like
origin.
restrain Donner and like
I'm gonna turn to Teos, restrain him too.
yeah. You can see the light under this guard's eyes flickering.
Talos'
Yeah,
eyes
I'm gonna
start
tackle Donner and try to hold him down myself and leave the other guy to Teos.
He submits. He's not going to resist you.
Donner or Teos or the other guard?
The other guard.
What do you mean? How do you know that?
We just do. Fuck. You can see the light beginning to flicker again as he's clutching his head. And his eyes go clear. No glow. And he's just rubbing his forehead.
We need to alert the keep.
Right. Yes.
Not you. You stay here.
Understood.
I'm gonna leave the tied up Donner and whoever this other guard is in the room. Shut the door. Try to find something to like jam to like a bench or something to jam the door shut with.
Mm-hmm.
And go like ring the alarm bell in the keep.
Yeah, for sure. Mac, as the alarm bell rings, is that sufficient cause for you to like see what's up? Okay.
Very much so.
Curse, you're in a cell, brother. Are you actually? Have you taken the opportunity in the chaos to pick the lock?
If no guard is there, then I will pick the lock.
One guard left there.
Yeah, I think there is.
Yeah.
I don't know. What does that one guard do when the alarm goes?
Well, he saw Volton call for the alarm bell to be rung. He remains where he is.
Okay.
Where Volton is in the prison.
Mm-hmm.
It looks like he wants to do something about this, but is deciding not to and maintaining an eye on you.
Like,
he's kind of like visibly on the edge of his seat, like waiting for something to happen that will force him to intervene,
okay.
but has not seen that happen yet.
Okay, is this the same guard that I was visiting with earlier? Or a different guard?
No. This is a different guard. The guard you were visiting with earlier is now bound.
Okay, great. So I'm gonna just say to the guard, I can take it from here. No worries. Go to the meeting. I think everyone needs to be there.
With all due respect, and it seems there may be some too. It's important that I remain here, I think.
guess I'm here.
Surely you understand.
I show concern for where I am, but understand that this is where I need to be. If I'm needed somewhere else, I guess I'll be there.
I'm gonna veto that. I've received no orders to break containment here.
Understandable.
You've proven yourself a useful source of information.
Apparently.
I'm going to restrain you, and we're going to view this together.
Okay.
Do you understand?
I do indeed.
If you try to break your restraints, I intend to cause you physical harm. Is that acceptable?
Understandable.
Okay. Now let's go see what all this is about.
Okay. What kind of restraints is he grabbing? Like manacles?
He has some hemp rope, which is like super uncomfortable.
Amazing. I'll
I
do
mean,
the
it's
same thing I
hemp
did
rope
last
roughly
time.
tied around your wrists.
Yeah, I'll do the same thing as last time and hide a card on my wrist.
I would love a sleight of hand check.
Absolutely. Understandable. Oh no. There's an 11.
It's an 11? Alright. He doesn't seem to notice.
Okay. Sure. Alright. Slip the card in and get restrained back to a comfortable reality that's uncomfortable now. And I get escorted to the area?
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay.
Yeah. He has his Morning Star. Not a Morning Star. I'm sorry. He has his mace drawn. Morning Stars are pretty gnarly for the. Anyway. He has his mace drawn, but is not like being any more overtly threatening than he already kind of. It's business. So y'all wander your way toward the meeting room. Vaulted. What does this meeting look like?
Everyone's pretty confused. I'm gonna haul Donner. Are Donner's eyes still glowing?
Yes.
I'm gonna haul him into the center of the room. Is Father Stark here?
Father Stark is here, yes.
I like put Donner in this, like, there's sort of in the center of the main meeting hall. Has anyone seen anything like this? I'm just going to address the room at large.
Everyone is, I would love for you to make an insight check right now.
Okay. Another natural 20.
You gotta be kidding me! You gotta be kidding me!
For 24, yeah.
My goodness. Okay.
Look.
So the first thing you notice is Sister Catalin in the corner praying a rosary.
I hear her praying a rosary.
Good point. And you're, you know, it is exactly her normal. Everybody has like a normal Hail Mary cadence. We all know. That's sort of like hers is faster, and a little more, panicked than usual, but just a little bit. You can. You feel the positions of two people shift. Hear their breathing quicken just slightly.
Are they near each other?
No.
My blank gaze is going to. My head is going to snap to one of them. You, come here. I'm going to turn to the other one. You as well.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. I would love for you to make an intimidate check.
All right. That'll be a 4. Wait,
Okay.
do I have any modifiers? Hold on. Probably not. No, that's just
I'm
straight.
gonna say that just like.
So I wasn't really trying to scare them. I'm just trying to tell them what to do because I'm their boss. But
Right,
if they're-
yeah. By account of your station, you have some kind of essentially like reliable talent. The intimidate check was to see whether they would run instead. They do not. They follow your orders.
What do you know? They're just me standing right in front of me, like everyone else is sort of circled around them in a big huddle.
Nice. Okay. You recognize two people. One of them is not a sister, but is like one of, is one of the women who like works and serves here, and the other is an older sort of veteran guard.
Either
Knight of the Order, I should say.
Or either Snurf Neblin.
The woman is, the man is not.
As soon as I'm gonna take a much more kindly tone as soon as they approach. What do you know?
The woman's is anxious. The man nods and says, "Well, it's I used to fight a lot of mages out on the front, and sometimes when you fight mages, they can mess with your head. I'm sure this isn't news much to you, but this looks like, what would happen when a mage started getting inside a mind.
Do you suspect this is nothing demonic or possessive,
Well,
but of magical origin?
I don't quite know, but it could be. I've seen it done with magic.
But not recently.
Well, pretty recently. He gestures toward Donner.
Apart from Donner here, how's Donner responding to this? Is he just? He's just sitting there silently.
You can see his eyes. He hasn't blinked.
He's just staring into the scene.
Yeah, he's picking up everything.
And you, I'll turn to the woman. What have you seen? It's okay. We need to know.
You can hear someone edging toward the door as you call on her. And she says, I don't, I, I cannot to speak ill of, trusted good folk, but I, well, I thought I'd seen, Gianna acting a bit of a, well, she was acting a mite strange lately, and I asked her if something was, I've been praying for her, but and you can hear and y'all can see someone you would recognize her as Gianna Volton, kind of be- beginning to move toward the door.
Where is Curse in, like, is he
Uh,
by the door?
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. Just thought.
and Curse, more than anyone, you know the look of someone who's ready to bolt.
Yeah.
That's, yeah.
Okay.
Um,
What's my bodyguard buddy doing? Is he like, does he have a hold on me, or like, is he just chilling next to me?
He's got a hand on your restraints,
Okay.
but he's not looking at you. He's looking at what's happening here. And he also doesn't seem to have noticed Gianna sliding toward the door.
I guess I would hear it. I wouldn't be able to see her, so I wouldn't know. I just stand up, lean to whoever's close to you. Who's leaving?
It's Gianna, sir.
Someone stop her. I'll say it to the group at large. Almost
Yeah.
like a sigh.
As you say that, Gianna goes like stone still. Gianna is an established member of the order. She's a sister, but has, well, yeah, she's a sister. Came from a bit of a checkered past, and it's been a long. Well, anyway, Gianna stands upright and sighs. Volton, I'm sorry. I've been taking this to prayer. It's. I can't. I feel like someone's watching me, or I'm watching someone, everyone, or maybe we are, or.
Who is we? The same we that's in Donna?
I think so. Yes.
Everyone to your posts. Gianna, Donna, come with me. Father Stark, maybe you can be of assistance. And just all the knights, I'll gesture for them, but this meeting is closed. But everyone, ready for anything. There will be no more sleep tonight.
Donner sighs and says, You lot learned a lot very quickly. That impressive, but challenging. It's disappointing that we acted so rashly in turn. But I assure you, we are many more than the three gathered before you.
And she says, like, is everyone still in the room? Like, it's sort of the room at large?
No, as everybody after everybody leaves.
So yeah, me, Gianna, Father Stark, and Donner, and whoever else wants to come, we'll take them to a more private room.
As you're walking, he gestures toward Mac and Teos. The new arrivals were challenging too. You were easy to get a hold on. You're from Eberron.
How do you know that?
So are we.
We need to talk.
You need to listen. Choose to. We can talk. It's... Well, we haven't had a lot of time to work on you, Teos. But... Well... I wish it could have been longer until we met, but you're excellent investigators and will be valued members of the family.
How did you get here?
Same way you got here.
You weren't there. Did you? This all makes zero sense.
Different branch, same route.
You're with the mages.
No. Far more ancient. Far more clever. Mages always think they know everything. Some things defy explanation. We are they. She is us.
Who is she?
The Watcher.
The Watcher.
The All-Seeing. The Lord of Eyes. All of a sudden, a feeling comes upon all of you as though you're being watched.
You weren't working on the obelisk.
Not directly, but it was working on me. And now we're working together. You did work on the obelisk. That's incredible. You'll be an asset.
It's not here, is it?
The obelisk?
Well,
Brother, you know. You have to know. There's got to be an anchor on every plane. Or they'll drift apart.
You're saying that there's an obelisk back to Eberron here?
Of course. And all you would have to do is follow us.
If following you means that I get back to Eberron and my home and out of this dreadful place, I'm willing to follow you.
Marvelous.
But
I wish I had
I'm going.
Go ahead. You hear like the chain of my flail like start like hanging, like the head is released.
Is Curse still there with the guard, or is he gone?
We brought you with.
Yeah.
Everyone of
Also-
possible interest is in this room.
Am I talking to Donner?
Yeah.
Of whom he's a human?
Donner himself is a Svirfneblin.
Okay.
So
Frick.
Notice your eyes playing tricks on you lately?
It wasn't you, was it? It was this old seer.
Come on now. Ain't no difference.
Between you and the old seer.
Well, of course, there's, you know, the Force and its pupils, but, you know, we take.
You work for her. Or it. Whatever it is.
As do all things that see.
See what?
See. Ain't so
You're
deep.
s-
Mages.
you-
Mages.
You're suggesting that everyone who has vision is working for the All-Seer.
Aye. All eyes are her eyes.
Hmm.
Even ones that are made of, I don't know, stuff. Not fleshy stuff, like yours.
Synthetic material is the proper term.
Yeah, of course it is.
Does she have a proper name?
No. Well, if you'd like to call her Belashira, you might.
Belashira. I've not heard that name before.
Roll me a history check. It would make sense for you to not know, but
Well,
you might.
it's 12.
Okay, yeah, you probably haven't. Yeah, well,
This all doesn't make any sense.
that's the point.
No, the point is to make sense of it, respond to it, and live life.
Mages. Life will end. Consciousness will end.
Obviously.
But things will always see. Something.
Not when things are dead.
Well, something else will be seen in their place. So why bind me? Not kill me.
Because you are not the body you possess. And the body you possess belongs to a man who has actual value.
Right. Well, if you want value, I'll tell you about value. Is there anything you want to know? Anything.
Not from some sort of pagan devil like you. You speak in lies and half-truths, and manipulate that which is true to your own advantage.
Coming from a Catholic?
I am one of the few with the credibility to say as such.
Right.
Bolton, would you mind not bringing your theological jargon to this. We're trying to help this man, and I'm trying to get home.
There is no theological jargon, there's only truth. I will say nothing more, nothing less.
You can. Volton, give me an insight check.
Oh, baby. 16?
You can. As he takes a jab at the church, you can see the light dim just slightly.
Of Donner?
Donner was devout. Well, I'm so sorry. I haven't given our friends any time to talk. Do you have any questions for us? Any knowledge you could possibly be seeking?
Where is the obelisk?
That information is not only partial, but there's a piece of it here we can show you.
Only a piece.
Only piece.
What
Did
do you mean?
take this piece?
No. No, and we don't know how it got here. But it must be rejoined with the whole. Upon the completion of, upon its conversion.
What do you mean it's here?
It's, not like in the present company, of course, but in Blingdenstone.
Piece is in Blingdenstone.
Dravik, you, how long would you have stood out?
Is this directly outside of the guard center?
Pretty much.
I would have just started like surveilling the area, but yeah, eventually I think I would have maybe assumed that perhaps the guard, like the building went underground a little bit, and that it's maybe what I'm thinking of is inside it.
Mm-hmm.
So I might look for a place that I could sneak in.
Okay. If you're looking for a place to sneak in, are you like casing the are you looking in from the outside, or are you? There aren't many windows by design, of course. They don't want people like.
What about places that perhaps someone the size of little guy get into?
Trouble is, little guy is the size of most of the folk here.
Or it's smaller.
Okay.
Like if I were to reduce my size, what could I get into?
That would be awfully interesting. Well, there's, there aren't many, gaps or, you would reduce your size to like 2 feet, 2.5, or some such.
Right.
That's too, you would. I can't think of anything that would fit that description.
Seeing as there's no like easier ways to sneak in, I don't want to go in the main entrance, so I'll take a little lap around kind of the spot that I'm thinking of, place it, like memorize where I was drawn to, and then I'll probably start heading back to the castle.
Okay. And as you return, you follow the sounds of conversation to this room. as they begin talk of an obelisk. Or something of an obelisk under Blinkton Stone.
I know where it is.
You do.
You do too.
Welcome to the fold, brother.
Because you see everything. What could you possibly want?
Well, Donna wanted his loved ones to be safe. I want that. But now I understand safety is in numbers, in knowledge. My eyes have been opened, so to speak. It's a bit of an eye pun.
I'm gonna get real close. I think I'm slightly taller than probably Donna's a Sniffle.
Yeah, Dwergar are taller than Svirfneblin.
I'm gonna like crouch down until I am exactly eye level with him, and get very, very close, looking like as intently and focused into his eyes as I possibly can, searching for whatever this alien presence is that's in there. Yeah, trying to just almost see through it if I can.
Okay.
And looking at any reaction that might come through.
Okay. Are you looking to like roll some insight? Are you looking to roll some arcana? Are you looking to what's the sitch?
Insight.
Okay.
9.
Any other questions?
Yeah. I take one finger and I move it closer and closer to his eye.
He's gonna like stop your hand when you start like getting close to his eye.
I whisper, "What a delightful snack you are. You all-seeing prick. I am no one's servant."
We'll see. Everybody wants something. Right. Gian has been with us for a couple of weeks now. Fought it a lot. God bless her. And our friend here has been with us. Well, we're still trying to convince him, so to speak.
So this possession you speak of is something that they have to accept.
No, well, kind of, I guess. But they do eventually.
So
Who is this friend you speak of?
The other guard that was
So Donna,
that
you're
was
speaking.
watching Curse.
Is this Donna speaking right now, or is it the all-seeing?
There's it's Donna. But you know, I've decided to give myself, in some ways, to the mistress of visions, and that is to say, it's Donna, but you know, it's also her.
Thought you followed a different god, Donna. Who are you to be such a harlot?
I'm weak, as all men are.
Why give yourself to any god? All they do is backstab for their own gains.
No. No. God is good. And so is Belashira.
Is Belashira your god then?
No. 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 God is not. That's sacrilege. That's blasphemy. That's untrue.
Is it?
No, Belashira is not my god.
Then why are you letting her use you? Come back, Donna. Submit to no one.
Bravik, the next time you speak to like that to a member of the Order, there will be problems.
It's not the order I'm concerned with. I don't mean harm to whatever your beliefs are. Obviously, he does not hold them anymore.
He's being theologically correct, even in his great sin, turning from God.
I don't think he believes he's turned from your God. Or do you? Donna?
Volton, can we not release this man so that I may be on my way?
On your way where?
Back home to Eberron, where I am from.
Why?
Because I have duties. I am made for a single purpose.
Why does that purpose matter?
Because if I cannot fulfill my duties, then I have no value. That is simply the fact of Eberron. It's a fact of the Warforges. Now,
It's a fact of life.
If you follow this preacher to whatever obelisk piece it's trying to get you to, you're just going to end up like him.
Aye.
I would like to see this Belashira try. I am not human. I'm not made of flesh. I do not believe that I will be affected in the same ways that.
I think you're an idiot if you think that. We found you in a puddle, screaming like an idiot, and you think you're not going to be affected? You can't. What are we doing here? You're screaming about how there's no God, about how we all have no purpose, and you're over here saying you have a purpose. Clearly, this thing isn't to be trusted. I don't know why we haven't tried just knocking him unconscious and seeing if that works. Has anyone tried that? No. Why do we think we can trust the knowledge that this thing has? Has anyone seen it go well?
That is a fair point, and I think that that we can have this opportunity to see if he is trustworthy.
I don't think it's he.
After all, he's
think
locked
it's
up
just-
for what? What, Volton? What has he done to deserve this justice, so called?
Did not one of them attack you?
I did not get a good look at them.
Now you're simply
Did-
denying what you know to be true.
He's working toward an end. We all are.
Donner, if I were to release you tomorrow, or right now, what would you do?
I would go about my business as a member of the Order. Just as I have every day.
Insight check. Dirty 20.
Come on.
He has been going about his duties as a member of the Order every day. When did this start?
This isn't working. I'm gonna grab Donner by like the back of his shirt and start to drag him towards our chapel.
Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Father Darius, would you get ready for an exposition?
Come on.
Yep.
Hey,
Hustles,
DM,
he hustles, yeah.
I do need to get going. I'll still
Okay.
be on. I'll just be muted and blind. So when you guys get done, then I'll stop everything. But just so you know, I will be on the road.
Gotcha.
So, see
God
ya.
bless you. See ya.
And I'm gonna drag him to the chapel and ready for Christ to be exposed and have a little chat.
Okay. I think that will be a fine place to call it for this sesh. As the Eucharist is being exposed, and I figure, we're getting out of here. The Eucharist is being exposed, and we are preparing for a discussion.